how much are you spending? And how much are you spending every single day on controllable matters that each and every one of us as South Africans have control over? Things like, and I hope you don't mind, I put toilet rolls there, forgive me, okay? But things like your bank charges, things like my lunchtime, you know, that little cheeseburger I slipped in on the side here, yeah, okay, all right, and my smokes. Who smokes here? Okay, come on. Own up. 1/3 of you in this room smoke, statistically. Okay, so all right, we'll go for once quietly on the side afterwards. Okay, but I will show you the impact of that to you and your family. Okay, so let's just have a look at this. Let's start. Okay, guys, how many of you know that? Let's talk about a simple banking transaction like drawing money, your money, out of a bank using an ATM. How much does that cost you? Who of you, by show of hands, okay, know exactly how much you're paying? If you drew 1,000 rand today, how much would you be paying the bank to access your own money? Show of hands. 3 of you out of 80 of you. Yeah? So if you have a look at the statistic, 51% of South Africans, all right, 71% of South Africans moan about bank charges. It's too expensive. Then you ask them, how much are you paying? You get that like sort of, yeah, that look, okay? So what I did here, and please, I'm not knocking banks, but I'm saying we touch banks every single day in some form of transaction, writing out a check, pulling money out of an ATM. Well, so what I did is I utilized SA withdrawal fees comparison out of BizTech that was taken in June of this year. And I obviously, for purposes of not knocking any particular bank brand, I just listed the random letters, okay, of the alphabet over there, okay? And I said, okay, if I draw 1,000 rand today, all right, and I draw it out of that particular bank's branded ATM, yeah, their dedicated ATM, how much would it cost me? And it ranged from 4.60 rand to draw out that 1,000 rand to 16.45 rand. And if I drew it out of a SAS switch, in other words, the link between the banks, yeah, it went from 7.30, so it almost doubled, okay, to 22.45 rand. So if I draw that money out 10 times in a month, I've paid 220 odd rand to access my own cash. Now, what stops you hunting down the best bank rate you can get? And I'm just talking about bank withdrawals. I'm not even talking about check accounts and all the other various transactions in a bank. But right there, sitting right here, you as an individual person can sweat out some of your hard-earned cash. It's an interesting point, huh? Okay. Look at this, guys. Do you know what you're spending? Do you know, my mom, I'll never forget, she gave me pocket money, yeah? And I could never understand why she would give me such a little amount of pocket money. It was never enough. And when I was an adult, I never had enough salary. Yeah? So I started to draw an analogy between my mommy's pocket money and me as an income earner. And I started to see similarities. Do you know, I never got my pocket money right. By the 19th, if we push it to the 21st of the month, my pocket money was gone. I was mowing lawn to make up the pocket money. Because I never sat down and tracked what I was doing with my pocket money. And you'll be amazed as adults how we don't do this. We don't track where's our money going. Now let me show you something. Okay? Now I'm pushing 50 and Mike talks about social, all these apps and stuff like this. I mean, I can barely switch on a computer, Mike, and I was born in the same era as you, but you've progressed and evolved a lot better than I have. But let me just show you, okay, what your kids will show you, by the way. Okay? Have a look at this. This is 22/7. Huh? You see, Mike, obviously you know this. 22/7. What is this thing? You can download Wally. Okay? I mean, I can tell you, I would have never thought that this did this. I would have thought Wally was something else. Okay? But you can download free of charge on these devices, guys, that we are blessed in this evolution of mankind to be exposed to. Look at this. This particular 22/7, for example, can link every single transaction that leaves your bank account. And it can tell you exactly What you spent it on. I spent 45.99 at Debonairs. Yes? Okay? I spent 900 Rand on my medical aid. And then what it does is it categorizes it into sectors or segments. So it says you are spending X percentage, then top 7 spends of your budget go to clothing, go to fast foods, go to restaurants. Now I'll show you later on. Why is that important? Because you don't have to sit down with your slips and actually do it like we had to do in my day. Well, my mother attempted to try and get me to do. It's done for you. And once you know what's happening with your money, okay, you start to take over that control of that money. Okay, so let's talk about that lunch, yes? So let's say I go and I get two lunches, okay, twice a month, right? So I just went and got from bp.com and just the prices of 2 garage pies. Okay, it's a special on a Monday. Yeah. Right. All right. And then I started to work out that if I packed my lunch, okay, on those times of the week where I spoiled myself, I would save between 200 and 500 Rand a month. Okay, now look at what I've already shown you. You can save 500 Rand, maybe more, go on your bank charges. Okay, there's already 200 Rand sitting over there. There's money in your ecosystem. That's how you sweat that out. Okay. So let's turn to smoking. Okay, so you so pure, none of you smoke here? Okay, yeah, right. Okay. But as we know from research, and there's my research source, that 1/3 of South Africans of our people smoke. And of those 1/3, they're paying between 30 and 35 Rand for a packet of cigarettes. You can understand why cigarettes are a big business, yeah, in the black market. I mean, that is gold. And so it works out that if the average South African statistically smokes 11 to 20 cigarettes a day, all right, and 65% of smokers will then be spending 400 Rand upward a month on cigarettes. Okay? If they pay a life assurance premium, they will be paying 40 to 50% more just because of that habit. And I'm not even mentioning the fact that smokers frequent doctors because they get pneumonia and lung infections quicker than a non-smoker. So those of you that are smokers, by quitting this habit, okay, you will save another 1,000 Rand a month. So there's money in the ecosystem.